Good afternoon, Friday, November 3rd, 3:30 p.m. The end of a long week in these markets. Somewhat interesting. Most of the news that we're waiting for is basically behind us now. Jerome Powell is the new Fed chair. The FOMC had their November meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. Non-farm payrolls came out today, 260,000. Decent number. Missed expectations. 95 million people out of the workforce. Just giving up, basically. Information technology lost 1,000 jobs. I guess that's why I'm having so much trouble finding work. But I look around. If you're in construction, boy, there's construction jobs all over the place. Everywhere you go. I mean, if you're a construction worker, you should be working. The tax plan was announced. Now that will begin. Seeing if they can get that passed. So yeah, all the news is behind us now. Gold was just monkey hammered today. It was yesterday. It hit that 1285 level, which seems to be strong resistance now. And once it hit it, it went straight down. And then today it was approaching that level again. It got up to like 1282, and it just got monkey hammered. Using the strong dollar as an excuse. I mean, the dollar is back over 95, but that thing just went straight down today. Bitcoin 7,200. I mean, everything here is just defying gravity at this point. Stocks are pretty much flat. I mean, they're not down. They're they're not down. They're still in the green. The 10-year, 7.33. That's been coming down every day. That's been coming down. So pretty quiet day. Gold continues to be in this range, really not doing much of anything. Chinese water torture. Silver was crushed today, back under 17. They hit it really hard. So we'll see what happens next week. Last night, I usually go out with a friend of mine, and we go to this restaurant in the village. I've been going there for it's got to be at least 20 years. It's called Po, P-O. And I said I was going to meet my friend. And I figured, let me call and make reservations. Small restaurant, they don't have many tables. So as I'm going over there, I call up and I get one of these, phone has been disconnected, blah blah blah. I thought it was strange. Did I dial the right number? So I get to this cafe. I sit down. I turn on my iPad and I go to the website. I Google Po, restaurant, New York City, and I see this article that it's closed. And so I look at this article, and it says here, after 24 years, Po closes in the West Village. The Cornelia Street stalwart, co-founded by Mario Batali, is no more. There's a picture of it, if you can see that. Po, nice restaurant. Po, the Italian restaurant in the West Village, co-founded by Mario Batali, is now closed. And this was actually April 27, 2017. The last time I was there, it was like, must have been like January, Po, the Italian restaurant in the West Village, co-founded by Mario Batali, is now closed. Owner Stephen Crane said that he would not be able to sustain the 120% rent increase from his landlord. You heard me right. A 120% increase to his $10,000 a month rent. So this guy's paying $10,000 a month rent, which isn't crazy in New York City by any stretch of the imagination. Because you go to Brooklyn, they're paying $20,000, $30,000 a month rent in some areas. And like I said, this was a small restaurant. It's not a large restaurant. He's got 1, 2, 3, I want to say 7, 8 tables. Okay, mostly you got a few tables for twos, a couple of tables for fours. Not a big restaurant by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, $10,000 a month, and his new landlord is increasing his rent by 120%. It's going to bring it up to $22,000 a month. They out of their mind? Eater, that's the name of this website where I'm reading this article, eater.com. Eater has reached out to Poe's landlord, Howard Dublin of SW Management, for comment, but hasn't heard back. I'm bummed. It's not the way I wanted to go out, Crane says. I'm sad for my staff. You know, they had the non-farm payroll today, 260,000 people added. Well, you know, about 10 people just lost their jobs with this. They've been with me for years. They're like family. Crane opened Poe in 1993 with Batali, who left to open Babbo as an ambitious neighborhood Italian spot. It has since become a mainstay on Cornelia Street, known for affordable seasonal Italian fare. Wednesday was the restaurant's last service, with neighbors stopping by to send it off. The space is now empty, and it still is empty. This article was written in April. I was there last night. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. It's still vacant. It's still vacant. Who's going to fork over $22,000 a month for a small little spot like this? I hope it stays vacant. Okay? Wednesday was the restaurant's last service, with neighborhoods stopping by to send it off. The space is now empty, and Crane plans to spend some time off. Poe isn't the only restaurant in the area facing trouble. Cornelia Street Cafe's rent is now 77 times what it was when the culture-driven cafe opened in 1977. So his rent has gone up a multiple of 77 times. Home, that's the name of a restaurant, closed last year, and several leases are nearly up. This is where it's going, people. Okay? I hate to hear when good restaurants close, Batali said over email. It's a sign of the times. When costs are going up, labor laws are increasingly challenging already small margins, consumers are confused by tipping policy ambiguity, and many restaurateurs have very little profit left to cut into to remain sustainable. I'm betting at 15 to 20% of all freestanding restos in New York City will close in the next 2 years. 15 to 20%. Mario Batali, I mean, he should know. I mean, he's right. He's top, this guy, right? He has a couple of restaurants. He's opened up several more, right? I mean, he knows. He says 15 to 20% of all restos in New York City will close in there. That's a lot of waiter and bartender jobs, right? I mean, this was non-farm payroll today, right? There was like 120,000 leisure and hospitality. That's all waiters and bartenders, okay? So here's a very nice restaurant whose rent jumped from $10,000 to $22,000 a month, okay? Now, rising prices is not inflation, but it's definitely a symptom of inflation. And if that ain't inflation, I don't know what is, okay? Yet Janet Yellen, she's confused. She doesn't know this big mystery about why they're not getting inflation. Are you kidding me? Just look around you. You're tripping all over it. Bitcoin, 7,200 a coin. Stocks, all-time record highs. Real estate going through the roof. Residential rents going through the roof. Commercial rents going through the roof. I mean, what is she, out of her mind? Harry Dent, Deflation? What are we talking about here? 120% rent increase. And that's the sign of the times. So me and my friend, we had to pick another place to go. So we found some other place. It wasn't anything special. So then we go to our usual cafe in the village, Cafe Reggio. Okay, Cafe Reggio has been there for about 100 years. I think it's the oldest first cafe in definitely New York City, maybe America. Okay, and they have the first espresso machine. When you go there, you see this huge espresso machine, Cafe Reggio. Great place, really nice place. I've been going there for about, has to be 30 years, at least 30 years. So we go there last night. We usually go out to dinner, catch up, go to the Reggio. And we usually get these little cookies. They come like you order these cookies. They give you 3 small ones. There's like a biscotti, there's an almond paste cookie, and there's usually a pinoli cookie. So I ordered them. Give me the assorted cookies. She says, "Oh, there's no more pinoli cookies. Pinoli pine nuts. It's too high. It's just too high." I've been going to this place for 30 years. I've been ordering these assorted cookies for 30 years. And they give you a little tray with these 3 cookies. You got your little biscotti, your little almond paste, your little pinoli. No more pinoli. Too high. Too high. So they substituted it with like a regular basic cookie, half dipped in chocolate. Okay? They can't afford the pine nuts anymore. Okay? Last time I looked, pine nuts are about $30, $31 a pound for pine. I don't know what makes pine nuts so expensive. Okay? Sign of the times, people. Sign of the times. Okay? But there's no inflation anywhere, right? So everything is up today. Prices are just up. Bonds are up. Real estate is up. Rents are up. Pinoli nuts are up. Stocks are up. Right? Bitcoin is... Everything is up. Gold and silver, down. Does this make any sense? Does it make any sense, people? Okay, now I told you this is what it is. I told you this time it is different. Okay, so all those people that have been telling you about this stock market collapse, nonsense. Okay, stop listening to the people that have been getting it wrong. Start listening to the people that have been getting it right. All these people that have been telling you to keep stacking, wrong. Okay, but there definitely is. It's a rubber band and it's being stretched. There's only so much they could stretch this thing. All right? So let's see what happens here. But like I say, gold and silver in a tight range, really not doing anything. It's Chinese water torture. Okay, that's what it is. I said that. Stocks, it's been, who needs gold? We have stocks. Who needs gold? We have Bitcoin. All right? It's going to keep going until it doesn't. When that is, I have no idea. Temperatures are up too, people. Beautiful day out there, about 75 degrees. Get out, take a walk, enjoy the day, enjoy your weekend. Lord willing, we pick it up again on Monday. Ciao.